Hi everyone, I'm Nick Olivo, and today I'll show you how to use the DoorKnocker API script in Roll20. This script allows you to easily open and close doors on the dynamic lighting layer. Note that because we're using the API, a pro account is needed in order to do this. Before we dive in, I'd just like to thank Roll20 for sponsoring this video. I love the dynamic lighting effects in Roll20. I think it adds a wonderful layer of immersion into your game. But from the GM's perspective, if your player walks up to a door, what you need to do is switch to the dynamic lighting layer, grab onto the door that they're in, move it someplace out of the way where it's not going to cause a problem, and then move back to the token or the GM layer. It's not a big deal if you're only doing this once or twice a session, but if your players are exploring a mansion or a really involved dungeon, toggling between the layers like this is going to get tedious pretty quick. So DoorKnocker is going to allow us to create macros that allow us to quickly open and close doors whenever we need to. So the first thing we need to do is install the script. DoorKnocker, which was written by the talented Scott C., is available from the Roll20 script library. And if you're not sure how to install scripts from the library, I'll pop a card up in the top right there so you can see how to do that. Once the script is installed, we can go back into our game, and there's a little bit of setup we need to perform. This is a map that I generated using a tool called Dungeon Alchemist. I'm actually going to do a review on that sometime in the near future. But this map has dynamic lighting enabled. I'm going to switch the dynamic lighting layer by pressing the comma key on my keyboard because I have advanced keyboard shortcuts enabled. And so as you can see here, my walls are yellow, my doors are blue, and my windows are this gray color here. So what I want to do is differentiate unlocked doors from locked doors from hidden doors. And the way we're going to do that is by setting each door type to be a different color. So I want my unlocked doors to be green. So I'm just going to click on this door right here. This one's going to be unlocked. I'm going to make that one green. I'm going to do the same thing for the big door down here. And then I also want to make locked doors orange. So I'm going to make this door over here orange. I'm going to repeat that for the door over here and the one over here. And then lastly, I want this wall right here to actually be a secret door, and I'm going to make that red. So now we've differentiated locked doors from unlocked doors. Now what I'm going to do is go into DoorKnocker UI. This is a character sheet that the script automatically creates and adds to your game. And what we're going to do is on the Bio and Info tab here, Scott has done a fantastic job of documenting all the different options that are available to you. We're going to be going through some of this in this video today, but I definitely recommend you take a look at it. What we're going to do is switch over to the Settings tab here. And by default, you'll see that DoorKnocker has some configurations set. So it's expecting walls to be blue, hidden doors to be red, locked doors to be orange, and unlocked doors to be green. Well, our doors are all set, but our walls are the wrong color. Our walls are yellow, and DoorKnocker is expecting them to be blue. Now, it would be a huge pain in the rear end if we had to go through and change every single wall to be blue. But DoorKnocker has a command built into it that will automatically change all of the lines in the dynamic lighting layer from one specific color to another. So what we're going to do is highlight one of our walls, just click on it here, and then we're going to run this command right here, knock adapt wall. And knock is the command to tell Roll20 to invoke DoorKnocker, and adapt means we're going to take whatever line color is currently highlighted and we're going to turn those into walls. So I'm going to just highlight this command here, copy it, go into the chat window here, paste that in. And now you see DoorKnocker has updated all of my walls to be blue. And so now all that's taken care of for us. We don't need to go through and click on every individual line. So now our setup's taken care of and we can start experimenting with how DoorKnocker works. So I'm going to minimize the character sheet by double clicking on the bar here. And I'm just going to drag the DoorKnocker UI token out onto the board. And I'll put it onto the token layer here and I'll switch back to the token layer. So now with that token selected, you're going to notice there are a bunch of buttons that appear at the top of the screen. That's because the DoorKnocker character sheet has a bunch of macros pre-built in the abilities section. And if you look at one of these, it actually gives you the command of how to open a door. Now, depending on the type of door you're working with, the commands will be slightly different. So to open an unlocked door, the command is knock, double dash, push, and then the state of the door that you want to do. So if you want to open the door, you push open. If you want to close the door, you push close. And if you just want to switch it from one to the other, if it's already open, you want to close it. If it's already closed, you want to open it, you can use push toggle. The commands are similar for locked doors. It's just instead of it being push, the command is key. So if something is locked and you want to open it, you use key open. If it's open and you want to lock it shut, it's key close. And toggle works the same way as the other toggle did. You're just switching it from one state to the other. So let's see this in action. I'm just going to double click on the DoorKnocker token real quick here, and I'm going to give it vision and night vision so that it can see in the dark. We'll just go out to 30 feet here and we'll save that. And now if I have that token highlighted and I press Control L on the keyboard, and now we're effectively looking through this token's eyes. Now we know there is an unlocked door right in front of our token here. So what I'm going to say here is open unlocked doors. This is one of the built-in macros that's on the DoorKnocker UI character sheet. So I'm just going to click that, and you can see it just opened the door for me. So now if we jump out of this view and go back to the dynamic lighting layer, we'll see that the door is gone. So what happened to it? Well, what DoorKnocker is doing is it's taking the newly opened door, it's making it transparent and moving that transparent line down to the map layer. So it's shifted it away, it's no longer blocking sight, and so now our token can move through with no problem. And then if we wanted to then shut the door, we would move back to the space where the door was. Again, I'll jump into the tokens view here, and then we would say close unlocked doors, and it shuts it. Okay, so that's how the commands are going to work. But we don't want to be dragging around the DoorKnocker UI token from door to door. That's no better, no more efficient than switching from one layer to another. What we're going to do is take the commands that are on the abilities here. So like we're going to do the open unlock doors, right? I'm just going to take this exact same code, this exact same macro. I'm just going to copy it off of the DoorKnocker UI character sheet. And I've already created a macro called open unlock door. And you can see it's just the exact same command. And I'm setting it as a token action, but I'm not making it visible to my players. And that's going to be important in just a second. So we've made it a token action. It's not visible to our players. So I'm going to cancel out of here and we'll close this. So that means when I click on my player's token here, so when I click on Jolo, you can see Jolo has an Eldritch Blast macro because Jolo's a warlock, but then here's the open unlocked door macro as well. The great thing about this is because I didn't make that macro visible to players, if we switch into my player's view, so here's what Daisy, who's controlling Jolo, sees. When she clicks on Jolo, she doesn't see that open door macro. So what that means is she can move up to the door, right? She gets up to the door, Jolo's there, and she says, I want Jolo to open the door. And me as the GM says, great, I click on Jolo's token, I click open unlock door, and from my player's perspective, the door has just opened. She doesn't realize that there's another macro sitting on her token that I've used to open that door. And this is going to make your life as a GM so much easier because now whoever gets close enough to the door and says they want to open it or unlock it or whatever, you just take those macros that were given to us in the DoorKnocker UI character sheet and we just put those in as macros that are set as token actions, not visible to players, and now you can have them open any door that you need them to, whether it's locked or unlocked. You can just click on this and go from there. Okay, great. Well, what about if you're doing a hidden door? How's that going to work? All right, so let's have Jolo jump over here to that spot where I had my hidden door. Remember, again, the hidden doors are in red on the dynamic lighting layer. And so let's say that Jolo's player, Daisy, she's made a perception check. She's seen that there is a hidden door here, and we want that hidden door to open. Well, just like before, we click on Jolo here, and we've got a command called open hidden door. And the syntax for that is right here. It's knock key reveal. And so that's going to open the hidden door. So again, we just select Jolo's token here, click open hidden door, and you can see now the door has opened. We'll switch back to Daisy's perspective, and the door has opened, and she can move his token in there and explore this new hidden room that she's just discovered. Now, some of you out there may have noticed there's another button on the toolbar marked Open Any Door. What's that one all about? Well, the code under that one looks like this: knock, key, anytoggle, all. And basically what this is saying is open any door, whether it's hidden, locked, or unlocked, within the 5-foot range. So basically, within 5 feet of Jolo, open or shut any door. And I've just kind of been playing with this one to see if I like it better, having one button that does everything rather than having individual buttons. I'm going to put that down in the description for you too, so you can play with it and see if you like it. Now, one challenge I've come across with dynamic lighting is it's not always obvious to your players where the doors are in a room. And so what you wind up doing is pinging for them. Okay, yeah, there's a door right here, or something like that. And that's fine, but if you've got multiple exits from a room, pinging repeatedly can be inconvenient, and then maybe somebody misses one of the pings, or they weren't paying attention. Where's the door again? You know, something like that. So what we can do is put indicators on the map showing where the doors are. The easiest way to do this is going to be to go out to this forum post from God the DJ, who gave us these awesome semi-transparent door markers. We're just going to download each of these images, and we're going to turn those into a rollable token. So you can see I've already done that here. You just come into Rollable Tables, which is on the Collections tab here. You click Add, and then you create an entry on the table for each one of those door markers. Once you've done that, you can just say token. That will add the door marker to the board, move it over, and then change the side. In this case, we want the arrow pointing to the left. So I'm going to say multi-sided, choose side, and we'll just move over. You can see now the arrow is pointing to the left, so it's pointing right at the door. And I'm going to put this onto the map layer so that it doesn't get in the way of anything. And now, if we switch back to Daisy's perspective, there's this marker saying, hey, there's a door right there, and we can go and see if it's open or shut or whatever and investigate further. So just another quick little bonus tip that I think might make your life easier. So there you have it. That's how you can use the DoorKnocker API script to quickly open and close doors in Roll20. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And until next time, folks, have a great day.